brethren, have you ignorant of our trouble which came to us in Asia, that we were pressed out of measure, above strength, insomuch that we despaired even of life. So we talked this morning about pressure and how the different kinds of pressure that's on each and every one of us. And the bad news is about pressure is that you can't escape it. It's just going to be there. There's pressure from all different kinds, and we'll discuss a few. We discussed a few this morning, and we'll discuss a few more. But we're not to get out of the pressure. It's how we handle pressure. And so we talked about this morning. We talked about pressure on parents, and then we talked about pressure from parents. And so if you missed it, just go back and listen to that. But do want to give you a few more this morning. One of them is this: there is pressure from the pew. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but being a pastor comes with pressure. And I'm not up here whining and complaining or anything like that, but I am here to tell you there is some pressure that comes with it. There's some pressure to teach. There's some pressure to preach. There's pressure. It is my job, contrary to what others may say, my number one job is to feed the flock. And can I just tell you, that does come with some pressure. It comes, the guys that stand up here, teaching or preaching or whatever, the guys that I have in when I'm not here or just want to have somebody else preach, we are given a command from God to preach the word. And that is our job. And we are the under shepherd watching over God's flock, and it is up to the pastor to feed the flock, to give you what you need. And I don't know if you know this or not, even amongst a small crowd, you all have different needs. Some of y'all need to get saved. Some of you need to get right with God. Some of you need help in certain areas of your life. So when I am praying and I'm trying to figure out, it's very rare that I can preach a message that's going to feed everybody exactly what they need. And can I just say, that's pressure. Now, I'm not saying you put it on me, but I'm just saying it just comes with the territory. There is pressure to feed the flock of God. There's pressure just worrying over God's flock that He has given me. And I wouldn't go to, if I ever stop caring or stop worrying about you and your life, I'll quit or you quit me one. It is the pastor's job, and I can't help but to worry how you're living. I'm not sneaking around Facebook. I'm not looking at going through your trash or at your house or anything like that. I'm not. A lot of people are, you don't belong in my business. Listen, it is my business how you live. Not because I get to dictate what you do. It's because I want you to be able to stand before God one day and not make me look bad. How about that right there? How about if it's just that? If you can't do right because you love the Lord, at least, man, poor Rick, man, he's gonna have a hard time when he's standing before the Lord anyway. I better just do right, so that's just something else. The Lord don't look at him and say, boy, you failed there, didn't you? But can I just say, a good pastor does. And I do. I worry about how you're living, and I want you to do right. Again, not because that I think you ought to do everything like I do or everything that I say, but I do worry about you because I do know one day that you're going to face God. I worry about your problems. When you come to me with problems, it is just a job, and I'm not saying don't come to me or anything like that, but I'm just saying that when you confide in me or when you tell me your problems or when you tell me to pray about something, can I just say, that becomes my problem. And, I don't know if other pastors do. I worry about hurting people's feelings. I know it's hard to believe, but I actually do worry about hurting people's feelings. And can you imagine what I would say if I didn't worry about hurting people's feelings? And so, but I do. Honest before God, it's on me as a pastor. So I've got all this stuff. Again, not complaining, but I got all this stuff while I have the same responsibilities you have. Like my grass continues to grow. My cars don't automatically not have to have an oil change. You know what I'm saying? And so there is pressure. There is pressure from the pew, and so um, deal with it. Help me out with it. You know what I'm saying? But as we turn that around, there is also pressure from the pulpit. And I get that. You know, and I've fallen in this before. I'm working my way out of it and I'll tell you why later. It's because some pressure from the pulpit is to constantly give. It's like, we got to have money. We got to have this. We got to have that. We got to have, you better give. You better tithe. You better do, and I get it. I get it, you know. And, but some from the pulpit put pressure on that. There's pressure to give. There's pressure to work. Or we need this done. Or we need that done. Or there's pressure to attend. Be faithful to church. You better come. Make sure you're here. Be here every time the door's open. I know, and a lot of times there's pressure on that. There's pressure to serve the Lord. You know, read your Bible, pray, witness. You know, be an example. Things like that. And there is some pressure that comes from the pulpit. But can I just say, on my part, I just want you to be ready for the judgment seat of Christ. That is my job. One is if you're not saved, to make sure or do everything I can to give you the gospel so that you'll get saved. But after that, it's prepare for the judgment seat of Christ. And so, you know, so there's pressure, but I'm trying to back off that pressure. I'm trying to back off the pressure to give. I don't think I've done a lot of that. The pressure to serve, definitely, or work, or attend, and things like that. Because here's the thing: if you're just doing it because I'm pressuring you into it, you've lost your reward anyway. If you're just doing it because if you're just doing it because, well, God, preacher said it, well, God will do it. You know, listen, I want you to do it because you're going to be at the judgment seat of Christ and you're going to get rewarded for, or you're going to have stuff burn up. And I want that for you in your life. But can I tell you, if you're not doing those things because you love Jesus, the Bible says He's going to try what sort it is. And he knows why you're doing it. He knows why you're here this morning. He knows. And so there's pressure from the pew. I get that. But there's also pressure from the pulpit. But can we talk about the most common pressure, and that's pressure from peers. And there's most of the pressure from our peers is the pressure to conform to their way of talking, conform to their way of thinking, conform to their ways, conform to doing what they do. And a lot of times we look at our kids and our young people, and we talk to them about peer pressure. And there is peer pressure. There's no doubt. But you young people got to realize this: people that are pressuring you to be like them is usually because they're not bold enough to be that on their own. They're pressuring you to like certain things, to dress a certain way, to talk a certain way, to do certain things. And the reason they are pressuring you to do that is because they don't want to be alone. They want you to do things to get in trouble because they don't want to get in trouble by themselves. They don't want you to. They want you to join them in their mischief, to join them in disobeying, to join them, to get together and say, "Bless God, teacher told us to do this. We're not going to do that. Let's all just not do our homework today." You know what I found out? Sometimes the guy doing, "Hey, let's just not do that." You know what he's going to go home and do? A lot of times he's going to go home and do his homework and laugh at y'all when you get in trouble. And a lot of times they want you to get in trouble with them. pressure is from peers, no matter the age group. It doesn't matter. So unless you want to be a 30, 40-year-old person who just goes along with the crowd, and is the big dummy in the crowd and just goes along with everybody, you better learn how to handle the peer pressure now. Because you got a bunch of Christians that are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and they go to work, and they live different at work than they do at the church house. And the reason is peer pressure. They've never learned to overcome the peer pressure. And what you need to do is realize 0 friends is better than 1,000 bad ones. That goes for young people. That goes, the sign up the road. Love the sign, not saying anything bad about it, but a lot of times we get to school and they're like, take Jesus with you to school. Take your Bible to school, kids. Well, how many parents do it? It's always about, kids, go take your Bible to school. Mom and Dad ain't taking their Bible to work. I guarantee you that. Most of the time, they don't even know they're saved. Most of the time, they don't even know they go to church. That peer pressure doesn't stop. It's constant. It's constant. The world, as our peer, as mankind, is constantly pressuring us to dress a certain way, to act a certain way, to do certain things. And I'm going to be honest with you, it takes a weak-minded person just to go along with the flow. Well, I want to be an individual. No, you don't. I've heard and I've seen and I have learned in my life, in my own experience, that the people that claim they want to be their own, I'm just going to be my own person, they're the biggest liars and hypocrites of the bunch. No, they ain't. No, they ain't. But there's pressure on us as Christians to conform to the world. And the Bible says we're to be different. The Bible tells us that we are to be the light in the world. But I'm afraid we've took that candle and we've hid it under a bush so nobody sees it. Well, I don't want nobody to see my light. They'll think I'm weird. I don't want nobody to see my light. They'll think I won't be able to fit in. I won't get invited to the party. I won't get to go golfing with the boys at work. I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do that. I better just fit right in because I don't want nobody to think what we're supposed to be as peculiar people. We're supposed to be weirdos to the world. That's what we are supposed to be. That's New Testament. That's not even Old Testament preaching. Hey, Peter said we are a peculiar people. We are strange. And the world should look at us like we're strange. And that goes against the flesh. That goes against our way of thinking. Because this flesh ain't saved. This flesh don't want to be looked at as a weirdo. This flesh don't want to be left out. This flesh wants everybody to like them. That's what the flesh wants. There's pressure from peers. Now, especially in the day and age and the time of the year that we're living in, there's pressure from politicians. You have to be very egotistical to even run for office. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's your buddy. I don't care who it is. You have to be, it takes a very egotistical person to think, I can fix it. I don't care if it's school board or president. For somebody to say, I'll get it done, bless God. Ain't nobody else getting it done. Bless God, I'll get it done. I'm just saying, as a man or woman that thinks that they can fix everything, it takes a pretty big ego. Politicians try to make you believe that they are your only hope. They're the hope. That's their job. That's how they get elected. Is they say, oh, if this is what you want, if this is the life you want to live, then you better vote for me. Listen, on both sides. Both sides. I've said it before. Preacher told me, right wing, left wing belong to the same bird. And they'll get up there and they'll fuss back and forth and fight back and forth. And what you don't see, it's just like wrestling. That's what politicians are. They're wrestlers. And one wrestler can come out in his underwear, and men watch that crap. And so they come out in their underwear, and they get a hold of another man in their underwear, and they hug on each other. Like, that's weird. Well, I like it. Well, you're weird. And they hug on each other, and they get each other in just, by God, awkward positions in their underwear. And they get up there and they're wrestling each other, man. They're hitting each other. They'll take a table and sling people through tables. They're jumping off ladders. They're doing everything they can, man. They're beating the fool out of each other. And you know what they're doing? They leave that ring and they go out and eat. And if you don't think politicians do the same thing, you're out your mind. They'll get on TV, bless God, so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And the other one, blah, 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 blah. And they're all full of hot air. But you know what they're doing? They're all friends. They're all friends. Well, they're gonna do it. This is funny. This is funny. A pastor can get up and pressure to give, a pressure to work, and pressure to attend. And everybody gets all upset. But a politician can pressure you to give to their campaign. Pressure to work, to go get out the vote. And pressure to attend on poll day, and everybody seems fine with it. What do you think that is? That's all they want from you. They want your money, they want you to work, and they want your vote. Sometimes, there's pressure. Oh, my goodness. Can I just say, the Bible tells us, Psalm 118:8, it is better to trust in the Lord than put confidence in man. Any man, any woman, doesn't matter. I'm telling you right now, the hope for America is Jesus Christ. It is not in a man. It's not in a political party. It's not in none of that mess up there. I'm telling you, if we want to see, and I don't believe we're going to see a big nationwide revival, but if you want to change America, it's preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's what's going to change. Pressure from politicians. How about pressure from pundits? You ever notice that everything's breaking news? It's breaking news, and it stays that way for weeks. The same thing is breaking news. When I hear breaking news, we automatically think, oh, something just happened. And you can hear something tonight, breaking news, come across your phone, come across the TV, breaking news, blah, 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 this happened. And you get up in the morning, it's still breaking news. And you're thinking, wow, 12 hours ago. Thursday, it's still breaking news. You know when it begins to stop being breaking news? When they got more breaking news. Then that goes away. You know what the news media's job is? It's not. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Their job is not to inform you. That's not their job. That's not what they're trying to do. Their number one job is to do whatever it takes to get you to watch, not because they want to inform you, but because that's what sells commercials. Yes, sir. And it makes them more money. That's it. That's what their job is. Their job is to make money. And they do that on the back of folks that are just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Who cares? You know what I mean? Y'all could turn the news off and turn it on once a month and know everything that's going on. It's just recycled garbage over and over and over. It's like the next thing, that's the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing coming. Have you ever wondered if it's the biggest thing that we've ever had? Why is it over so quickly? Why is it just the next thing that happens? No, that's the biggest thing. Listen, they go from one crisis to another, and then to another, and then to another. And I'm going to be honest with you. I've said before, if somebody would start a news channel, and all they did was play good news, I've said before, they'd put all other news out of business, and they'd make so much money, but I'm here to tell you that ain't true. Because we love the bad news. We love the terrible. It's like we're driving by a wreck. We just got to look. We want to see something bad. It's just in our nature. It's in our nature. Why do you think bad gossip gets spread? The good stuff never does. Why? We love it. We love it. And the news media knows that. It's like, this thing, y'all remember during COVID? Like the first thing was we're running out of toilet paper. It's like, how are we running out of toilet paper? I still don't understand. Like diarrhea is not even a major thing with COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, are people just using the bathroom more? Like, what's going on? You know, I've still yet to hear a real good explanation of why in God's name we don't have enough toilet paper. And then all of a sudden we're done. Now it's chicken. Bojangles didn't sell chicken supremes for a long time. I was like, what? You'd go up to order from Bojangles and it'd be like, just let you know we ain't got no chicken. I was like, you're Bojangles. And then it was something else. And then it was something else. Why? They just want to pressure us into putting fear in us. To think, you've got to buy toilet paper. So I remember seeing a picture in Sam's and during all that stuff about the toilet paper, the people lined up around the building to buy toilet paper. It's like unbelievable. I told them, I had the remedy. Eat more cheese. That's the remedy. You won't need near as much toilet paper. But there's pressure from politicians. There's some pressure from pundits. Can I tell you, if you want some real news, how about picking up that book and reading it? Yes, sir. There's all kind of good stuff in there, man. And if you want some bad stuff, guess what? There's some bad stuff in there too. They take care. But you know what? The devil don't fight us watching the news, but he does fight us with that. How about pressure from problems? Family problems, friends problems, money problems. It can be pressure. Physical problems, physical ailments, physical pain can put pressure on your life. And even emotional problems. The devil's battleground is in our heads. And there's all kind of pressure from problems that we have. Let me tell you what pressure can do. You ever blow up a balloon? It don't matter how small or how big the balloon is supposed to get. You just keep blowing and keep blowing and keep blowing until it bursts. That's what pressure does. It don't matter how big the balloon is supposed to be. Too much pressure will going to cause that balloon to blow. And here's what I'm afraid, this is what I think gets a lot of Christians out, is because they never learn how to deal with the pressure. The pressure's not going away. Even a solid steel ball will crack under the right amount of pressure. And a lot of times we think, I don't need no help. I can handle it. I can handle the pressure. I don't need prayers. I don't need to talk to anybody. I can do it on my own. And what you don't realize is you're just building up pressure on the inside, and eventually you're going to blow. And the devil will make sure he'll do everything in his power that when you blow up, that you lose your testimony when you blow up. It causes you to act out. You blow up on those around you. Ain't got nothing to do with the pressure. You bring that work pressure home, you'll blow up on your family. You take that family pressure to work and you'll blow up on somebody at work. You bring something in the church house, you blow up on somebody here. Here's the thing, you ever been blowing up a balloon and you're like, this could blow at any moment, but you really don't know when. And sometimes we're under so much pressure from all these different things, and we don't know how to deal with it, and we've not learned to deal with that pressure. What happens is we end up blowing up at the worst possible time. Some lost person sees it. We blow up at church, cause a big church fight, blow up at home, blow up on the job. It'll cause you to blow, but also it'll cause you to do things you normally wouldn't do. Speaking of pressure, high blood pressure. If you got high blood pressure and it gets really high, it can cause you to go crazy. It can cause your mind to think different things. Why? Just because of the pressure. And sometimes the pressures of life will cause us to do things we normally wouldn't do. And I've seen a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of preachers, and I've seen a lot of Christians, they mess up their life, and they fall, and they get out of God's will, and they get out of church, and you look back and you think, well, this is what did it, but what's always behind that almost every single time is they were just building up pressure in their life. And it eventually got to them. It'll cause you to retreat within yourself. It'll cause you to shut everybody else out. And usually, again, the devil ain't the cause of it, but I do think the devil works with it. Because usually the people you drowned out and usually the people you block out of your life, that's the people that can help you the most. Almost every single time. Almost every single time I see somebody start to block people off in their life, it's never the people that are a bad influence, and it's almost every single time it's the good influence. That's what pressure will do. And pressure will cause you to quit the things that actually matter. I've seen people get out of church because of the pressure. Not even at church, pressure somewhere else. But it's church they quit. I've seen people, they get fired from the job, and there's all kind of pressure now to provide and get another job, and there's all kind of different things. And now, next thing you know what happens? They quit to church. Well, there's no pressure at the church, but they quit that because there's pressure somewhere else. You say, what causes that? Because when you're about to bust on the inside, it causes you to act differently than you normally would. I tell you, like I said, these pressures in life, they're not going away. There's always going to be the political pressure. There's always going to be the news. There's always, you can turn off the TV, but you get it on Facebook. You can turn it on Facebook, but you get it here at church or people at work or whatever. There's always going to be that pressure of, oh my gosh, what's next? The problems are not going away. You're going to have problems. Like, you're not getting out of that. But we got to learn to deal with the pressure. You know what a good rule is? A good rule is to never put someone else under more pressure than you put on yourself. Sometimes we are guilty of putting pressure on other people. We expect others to act better than we act. Never put unrealistic pressure on somebody. And you could always remember this. You never know what pressure somebody's under. You have no idea. We come into church and we all look nice and we all, come, most of us with a smile on our face, and We come here and happen, but, one time you come into church and somebody don't say hey, or somebody acts wrong, or somebody snaps at you, and you want to blow up instead of realizing, wow, maybe they're under some pressure. We don't know we don't know what each other goes through outside these walls. We don't know the phone call they might have got right before they got to church. But we want to judge somebody because of one instance. And if that one instance is out of character for that person, then maybe they're just under some pressure. Maybe they just got some bad news. But here's what I've learned about pressure. I got this little sprayer I keep Roundup in, and I'll spray as much of the yard as I think I can get by with. And it's one of those little pump sprayers. And it's like a 2-gallon thing, buy at Lowe's for like $10, $15. And you screw the handle, the top on, and it's got a handle, and you're just sitting there and you pump that thing. You pump and pump and pump and pump and pump. And then you take the handle and squeeze the trigger, and then it'll come out, because the pressure that's built up inside there allows you to do that. But every once in a while that pressure goes away, and I got to stop what I'm doing and start pumping again. And then I can spray again. But on the side of that thing is a little round button that twists. And it's a pressure relief valve. So when I'm done with that, what I can do is go over and I'll set it down, I'll put it up, but right before I put it back on the shelf, I'll just twist that thing, and you know what you hear? You're just relieving some pressure. There's a lot of ways to relieve pressure. There's things you can do to help relieve pressure. Some of you might need a hobby. Some of you might need a job. Some of you maybe you need to go box. Maybe you need to go running. Maybe you need to go do something. Maybe you need to go shopping. Maybe Ginger, when she gets under pressure, she goes yard selling. I don't know, but it's whatever it is. Sometimes we can do things like that to relieve some pressure. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to kind of go by myself and just go to the driving range and just hit golf balls. It just relieves the pressure. So there's some things you can do like that, but can I just tell you, the one thing I've learned is to let Jesus be my pressure relief valve. It's to all these pressures in life that we're getting. None of them pressures, every single one of them pressures, Jesus can help. Every single one of them. And you know what it comes down to most of the time? It comes down to us putting our faith and trust in Jesus Christ. That's it. The reason a lot of these pressures come and a lot of these pressures build up is because we don't trust Jesus like we say we do. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. And in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. But the reason we never get to the part where he shall direct our paths is because we never acknowledge him in all of our ways. Do you acknowledge him when it comes to your finances? I'm not talking about giving. I'm talking about relying on the Lord. Do you acknowledge him when it comes to decisions you make about personal decisions, to go somewhere, do something, buy something, whatever it is? Are you relying on him? Are you acknowledging him at your job? Are you acknowledging him when you're out and about in town? Are you acknowledging him in your personal witness? Are you acknowledging him in the inner man that you have, the struggles that you have? Are you acknowledging Jesus Christ in every single area of your life? And the reason we don't acknowledge him, we acknowledge that he is God over all, is because we don't trust him. And we as Christians, we are hypocrites. Because we say we believe in a God we've never seen, that he sent his son to die on a cross thousands of years ago. And we believe that guy is going to take us to heaven one day if we'll put our faith and trust in him. And he's going to come out and get us one day. Zap us out of here. And then we're coming back through outer space to rule and reign for 1,000 years. That's the stuff we believe. We literally will tell people, I believe that. But we have trouble believing that he's going to take care of us today. We have trouble believing he's going to take care of our kids. We have trouble believing he's going to take the financial situation. We have trouble believing that everything's just going to be okay. That he's got it. That is our issue. We can believe for the big things. Why? Because the big things are in the future. It's the small things that cause us the most trouble. And it's the small things, if you think about it, that cause us the most pressure. And all them small things in your life and everything the world has to offer and everything the world's doing, it just continues to build pressure. And before you know, if you don't take care of it, you're going to blow. And it's never good. You ever blew up a balloon and then held it and then let it go? You ever try catching something like that? It's hard. You know why? Because you have no idea what it's going to do. And if we don't turn to Jesus Christ in our problems, turn to Jesus Christ and as far as the answer to everything, acknowledge him in every aspect of your life, that's exactly what's going to happen to some of you. You're going to be under so much pressure that you're going to blow. Now, I don't know who this message is for this morning. But I am here to tell you, and it's kind of a weird message, I'll be honest with you. But I do feel like the Lord wanted me to give you that message this morning, is that you need to let Jesus be your relief valve. You might need to turn the TV off. You might need to quit the hobby. You might need just to take a day to yourself and not go to the spa and not go play golf and not go do what you want to do, but take a day to yourself, you and God, and go somewhere there ain't no distractions and be like, God, I'm just going to spend the day with you. You'd be surprised how much better you feel after a day with the Lord. Let's all stand.